Give me a second. Okay, so if you're paying attention, if you care at all, I got selected to run at the marathon, first ever marathon at the Olympics. It happened on Saturday. I got 33rd. I beat a lot of the goats, dude. A lot of the guys I looked up to forever. Cam Levins, Bekele, Kipchoge. Wish he did way better. He obviously had a terrible race, but I was with him at like mile 9, 10, and then he stopped. I was telling him to keep going, but you know, you have a bad race at that level, it's like there's no point. It was an honor to race those guys. Awesome experience. I gotta say, I told you so. I don't know what to tell you. Like, people were saying the hills would kill me. They didn't kill me. It was easy. They were saying the distance would kill me. They didn't kill me. It was easy. They were saying the heat would kill me. Didn't kill me. It was easy. The hardest part was honestly after the race. I finished the race. We finished at 10 something a.m. 10:15. Dude, I was dead. It felt like I had the flu mixed with Ebola, mixed with like muscle biopsies for the next probably 24 hours until I woke up at like noon the next day. But I couldn't. Tried to take a nap after the race. I couldn't nap. I tried to eat. I couldn't eat. I drank some water. Everything was aching, dude. My arms, my chest, my lungs, my feet, my Achilles were cramping. I had to bend my toes to stop it from like popping. Like, it felt like it was gonna pop. So I bend my toes and like clench them, and then it'd stop after a while. That's how bad it was. I never had anything like that in my life. But I already talked about that on TikTok if you watch the TikTok. As for the race, I mean, that was magical, dude. It was a beautiful race, beautiful course. I guess I would pay that price for the hills. Like, obviously it's a hard course, but that was the most beautiful marathon course you'll ever see. We ran through all the way out to Versailles. We saw Eiffel Tower. We saw all the most beautiful places in Paris. It was crazy. To break it down, K by K, first 9, 10 miles was like a jog. We were going faster than I've ever gone in my hard long runs. Like, my splits were, I think, 5:03, 5 flat, 4:53, 4:56. But the first 10 miles, it just felt like an easy run, man. So easy. It's so great to be around all like the goats. Like, Clayton Young is in front of me. Connor Mance was behind me. I guess he was like really chilling. Big Kipchoge, I was on his shoulder like a bunch. Bekele's right here. Dude, it was incredible. You know, and then for that first 10 miles, so it was like just an honor. Like, an honor. The whole city of Paris is cheering you on. The only thing notable about that was how great I felt. And then I led at 15-ish minutes. Apparently they were showing whatever monument we were passing by. The aerial shots were stupid. I don't know why they did that on the coverage. But anyways, minute 15, like 3 miles in, I was near the front. I was in like 5th. It's honestly worth it to lead for at least a second, because then I can say I led. So me and this North Korea guy, and I think this Bolivia guy, just like guys who are not gonna win, we're in the front. I push, I get the lead, and then I just back up. I'm like, okay, now I can say I led the marathon. Otherwise, after mile 9, there were hills. Not the mega hill everyone's talking about, but there were hills. And the thing about hills is, you know, they only matter when they're at the end of a race. Otherwise, they're gonna kill you if you hit them. It's like only idiots hit hills in the middle of a race. That's why no one hit the hills. That's why they weren't substantial. They weren't substantive. Hills only matter when they're at the end of a race, because then you can gap people. You'll always come back. We got to Versailles, and somewhere along there I got gapped. Like, I don't remember. Like, I remember I was just like at mile 13, 12. All of a sudden there's like guys way in front. Oh, okay, cool. I'm still running my race. I was definitely doing a more conservative pace job than a lot of people, because it's my first marathon. Guys, I'm scared. I don't want to DNF. I don't want to, like, this is all like a lot of pressure as far as I didn't really earn my spot to be there. I feel like I did a really good job performing on the day and, you know, earning it in that way, but like, I didn't earn my spot to be there in the way that all these guys, you know, had to run 207, 206, 205 to do it. So I definitely went out conservative. I was in like 50 something at that point, and just trying to be within myself. Felt great though. Just obviously it's daunting knowing you're 10 miles in and you have 60 miles to go, and it's a hilly course. And I was really worried about this hill at mile 17. I was, oh my God, it's gonna be bad. So around 12, 13, I'm still pushing, but nothing crazy. And then at 15, I have to use the bathroom. Dude, before the race, I was like trying to use the bathroom, so I was like, oh my gosh. Because I'm the guy who like always will run a mile of a 10-mile run, and we'll have to turn around so I can use the bathroom. Like, that's always me. So I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna try not to do it, but it's probably gonna happen. It happened. Mile 15, I was like, oh, I have to use the bathroom, dude. I'm talking to one of the guys on the bike. Dude, is there a bathroom? Like, what am I supposed to DNF? Like, I'm not. He's like, oh, up ahead. It's toilet up ahead. I'm like, okay, perfect. So there's like a water station. I guess they have porta potties. I didn't notice it until I needed it. Hop in. I was in and out in 30 seconds. I thought I ruined my race. It was like, you know, one of those things where you don't want to stop, but it's like, what am I going to do? Like, shit myself in front of whatever, 100,000 people. So I stopped. It was obviously the right choice. And then I remember I was with Bekele and one of the Norway athletes right before I stopped. So after I came out, I was like, okay, my goal is just to try and get back to Bekele and the Norway athlete. And so I'm running with Cam Levins and a bunch of other guys are right there when I leave the bathroom. But I'm like, obviously these guys are not feeling good because I was, 20 seconds in front of them, 30 seconds in front of them, halfway through my first marathon. So I just go to the front of the pack and start leading. They're all sitting on me. I'm like, ugh. So I'm pressing. I'm like, okay, these guys are obviously not feeling good. They're sitting this far back. It's not like in the way that I'm better than them, but obviously they're not having good days. I'm hammering. 11 guys just on me. Just sitting on me like choo-choo, like riding the train. And then I'm like, dude, these guys are all goats. Like, why am I leading this? Can someone else please lead it? And then right on cue, someone else takes it. Right as we hit the hill. Guys, people said the course was going to be hilly. It was pretty hilly, like 9 to 15, sort of hilly. But there was one hill, the worst hill I've seen in my life, the steepest, the longest, and at the worst part you could imagine in a marathon. The second that the hill, basically we turned a corner and I saw the whole thing. You see the whole thing at once. And this is like what played in my head. And then we start hitting it, because remember, this is the first time I've ever seen the course. Like, I guess everyone else had run it before or checked it out, but I'm like, oh, I literally said in the race. And then we're hitting it, and I'm next to Cam Levins. Like, holy fuck. Oh my God. Everyone's just silent. I guess they're just used to this. I'm just jogging it. So my strategy was always to just jog this hill. I was like, any energy used up this hill is going to be wasted. That's why I didn't do hills. So I jog up the hill. Some guys gapped me by maybe, I think they got 8 seconds on me. The most, like the best hill guys who were with me at the start of the hill. And then most people were like a second in front, and then I just closed right at the top. So I ended up making the right choice. I was right. Not to rub it in everyone's face, I was right. Then the downhill, that was honestly crazier. It almost felt like a free fall. It was great. It was like, it wasn't like an incline. It was like a fall pretty much. You have to catch yourself. It was ridiculous. And it was like 400, 800 meters long. I was worried I was going to collapse. Like, I was worried if my feet give out, I'm going to fall. That'll obviously ruin my marathon. Caught myself the whole way. I think I split 430 low down that hill, which is crazy because it was right after the hardest part of the race when my body was shutting down. If it wasn't for those downhills, there was like 2 miles of downhill right after that hill. I definitely would have had to like shut down or slow down or something. But it was 2 miles downhill right after the worst hill. Made it easy to recover. And then the last 10K, that's what people say is where the marathon starts. I would say that's about accurate. I was in the Hurt Locker. I had to break it down into segments. So I was wearing 5 flats, which made it easy. I was like, okay, I have to do 5 minutes and then 20 minutes and then 5 minutes. And so then I did 5 minutes. Okay, I have to do 5 minutes and then 15 minutes and then 5 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I'm 5 minutes from my last water station. The Sudan coach was going to hand me the water bottle. This is the only station he was at. So I was like, okay, I have to get to him, and then I'll have 3 miles left. And I just wanted to quit. Like, it wasn't even like I actually closed really well. I think I went from like 50 to 33 over the last 10K or 15K. I don't know. It might have been like 43 to 33, but it was just other people going backwards. I didn't catch. I outkicked 1 person or 2 people. Everyone else was just, they misjudged it or they were dying or whatever. Like, I remember seeing people in front of me. I can't catch them. And then they start basically walking. So anyways, I feel like I got very lucky with the pacing. Like, obviously I've run a lot for a long time. Races, people want to make the marathon out to be this big thing. It's just a race. So my previous experience helped with pacing, then some common sense, and then some luck. And I think that was pretty much the best I could do. I think if I do it over again, I could maybe have gone 2:10:59 without the bathroom break. But yeah, very happy with it. I mean, the guys were on average like 4 to 6 minutes slower than their PRs. I think the girls the next day were, at the top they were like 10 minutes, but those are the best. On average it was like 6 to 9. So I thought I would be in like 207 to 211 shape. Results are telling me I'm more so in 205 to 208 shape. Probably closer to 208, 207. But yeah, people aren't going to believe it until you do it. I don't think I'll run another marathon for a long time. I don't even know when Chicago is. Apparently that's the really fast one. I don't need to talk about, I'm a 205 guy. Maybe I'll do it in the future, try and do it. Maybe I won't. we'll see how NCAA's goes. Yeah, I'm gonna take like a week off and then re-lock in. Also, funny enough, I got 33rd in the race. I've gone like 33rd, 32nd at cross nets. I guess I just like 33rd. Thank you for watching.